Hello and welcome back to another Junkie Thinking video. So here is the Junkie Thinking. I've also been experiencing what feels like a lot more looking and noticing of people around and on the street since starting the script. I think that in and of itself is a junkie thought. It's probably the same amount as before, but now my mind is exerting more effort now and with the script, so it feels like more. Any other concrete advice for dealing with spin thoughts and focusing energy on productive chances? Over to you, Mary.
Yeah, it is spinning, right? Is looking at people on the street. Is that junkie thinking? Is that compulsive? It's all the questioning, right? Rather than seeing, okay, I am going head on after this problem. So I'm going to have more, it's going to be stirred up. I'm probably going to have more thoughts about it, more desires. That's totally natural and an opportunity to connect to fact one, right? And then, I mean, the spin, if you're, I think this person was in phase one. It's a little premature to be kind of thinking about the spin, but interesting to see how the mind is already going there, right? Trying to get you off of fact one and fact two by going, oh, well, now let's talk about whether this is okay or whether this is compulsive to be looking at people on the street. Just do the work. Use your fact one, use your fact two, get, into the other phases, and it's all going to be dealt with. And then you'll be able to look at people on the street in a reasonable way and enjoy the beauty of it and not have to be afraid of your addiction, taking over just because you saw somebody who looks attractive, right?
Yeah. So for my experience, I went through this as well, like noticing attractive looking people a lot more, checking them out, and then questioning myself like, oh, did I look at that person a little bit too long or whatever? I definitely went through that when I was going through withdrawal as well. And I just see it as obviously, ideally, you don't really want to be doing that. But at the same time, you're going through withdrawal. And the main thing here is not to start to question yourself. Have I looked at that person too long? The main thing here is go to your scripts if you're actually having that compulsive desire to engage with porn. The main thing here is not to get spun out, questioning yourself and ending up in a state of helplessness. The main
Yeah.
thing here is to actually choose option A or option B once you do have your full script. So basically, don't worry too much. I just see it as part of withdrawal in a way. And obviously, the less you do it, the better. But don't be too hard on yourself either, because the addicted part of the mind is going to try and spin you out into a state of helplessness. So you're like questioning yourself, and then maybe like some feelings of deprivation. But yeah, you can just use fact one and fact two. And if you are at this part in the process where you have got your full scripts, then yeah, go read out your full script if you wanted to engage in your compulsive behavior. But you may not even be wanting to engage in your compulsive behavior. It's just a spin. It's just trying to get you to question yourself.
It really too, I mean, it speaks to like all this idea out there where they're saying, oh, just avoid triggers and whatever. And like, what are you gonna do? I mean, you're gonna just walk around with your hands, I mean, come on, man. It's like there's things that are gonna trigger you, and knowing that the addicted part of the mind wants you to get you questioning yourself about that's a ploy that leads to deprivation, feelings of deprivation and helplessness. We know where that goes, and we have tools to deal with that. And also keeps you off your script. It's like not just acknowledging a desire in the moment. Keep it simple,
Mm.
keep it simple, especially in the beginning phases. So
Yeah,
yeah, because the
definitely.
addictive part of the mind is do anything it can to complicate it and confuse you. It's all a ploy. We could spend all day long, and people probably do on the sites that are trying to avoid triggers. We can talk all day long on how are you going to walk down the street now. I mean, what are you going to do? Never leave your house? I mean, I don't know. It's just makes no sense to me.
Yeah. And like I literally live in this area where it's just flooded with Instagram models, that kind of vibe, it's almost like LA now where I live. It's just crazy how it's so gentrified in this like urban city. And I moved in here like 6 years ago, so it wasn't like that when I moved here, but it's just like changed so much. And yeah, there's all these like really attractive people around, if I'm truly honest, and I see them all the time, but like, it's not really relevant to quitting porn.
Yeah.
It's only
Yeah.
relevant in the sense that the mind is going to try and make it relevant so that you get into a state of helplessness. So don't worry about it too much. You know, sometimes I maybe look at them longer than I'd want, but I don't know. It's like you're a human being. It's not the end of the world. And as you go through recovery, that will lessen as well because your brain rewires in a certain way, which means that the cravings become less intense. Like your mind will stop creating the cravings as much, so you'll have less triggers over time, very naturally.
Yeah, and like I say in the videos, enjoy spontaneous desire and enjoy it versus craving it or whatever. You can just enjoy the Instagram models in your neighborhood and enjoy the beauty of looking at them. You do this work, you don't have to be afraid that that's somehow going to lead you into the hell of pornography addiction. You can just enjoy, oh, there's a pretty looking model walking down the street. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I just don't
Yeah.
even give it any thought. It's just like it's there.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't phase me at all. I think it did in the past, maybe be like, oh, I've been triggered and go home, feelings of deprivation or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
just don't really think about it. It is what it is.
Okay.
So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully it has been helpful. I think most guys will probably experience this as well, so you're not alone. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.